So, yeah, dude, hang out. Welcome to our program. I'm Morgan Daniels, and I'm here with Craig Johnson, who just played for us as Laserbeams of Boredom. And here we are in the basement of the Dreamland Theater, where Craig practices. Thanks for playing for us.
Cool, thank you. That was a lot of fun.
So how long have you been doing this project in particular?
I think I remember starting it in the summer of 2006 in the basement of a house on Olive Street.
That's a ways back.
Mm-hmm.
Were you doing the same kind of setup when you started?
The original idea was a joke at first, and so I was just goofing around with trying to play two instruments at once. And it was a keyboard that I was going to originally try and play with.
Keyboard and drums.
Mm-hmm.
So you were just hitting the keys with drumsticks?
I ended up trying to put foam over the keys so that I could hit them with the drumsticks and not break it. It ended up easier to just play with my fingers.
So how do you drum and play with your fingers? Did you hit the drums with your hands instead of with sticks? Or did you do one hand with a stick and the other hand?
Yeah, you'd
no
find
stick?
pauses in the beat and then reach over and hit up the next tones. But it was very wonky and didn't always turn out well.
Yeah. So I guess I can picture what you did today, like with a keyboard and kind of how it would be similar.
Mm-hmm.
But it was harder to hit what you wanted to hit, I
Yeah.
take it. Precision suffered.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So, your bass is different. Tell us about it.
That is the first instrument that I ever bought in the 8th grade for $150 from a friend.
Sweet. And
Yeah.
so I didn't get a chance to, I was like hanging out back here while you were playing. I didn't get a chance to get a closer look.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got a pipe in there, right?
Oh, to hold the string off yeah.
So is that also like an aid to precision while you're playing?
No, it just keeps the string farther from the fretboard so I don't dent the string and break it easier than what I've done before.
Yeah. So you did actually kind of thrashed your gear while you were playing just now. You broke a string.
Oh, but that's why I like that guitar, because I don't have to worry about breaking it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So you break them kind of often.
Fairly often.
Yeah. That's good. Means you're, playing, you're doing your thing. Means you're into it. That's cool. What about different places that you've played? Different practice spaces that you've been in since you've been playing as Laserbeams of Boredom.
Mm-hmm.
How have they influenced how you've played?
I guess when I started on Olive Street, that was only for a year or two, and then I think I've been doing it down here ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So I only really have those two, but
Okay. 2 practice spaces.
But I feel like basements are my thing. I really like basements. So.
Yeah. And did you used to live upstairs from here?
Yeah, I lived in one of the apartments upstairs for several years.
Is that how you started practicing here, or did it go the other way around?
Yeah, I think that was how it started. Like having the apartment upstairs, and then this was an available space to use for anybody involved with the puppet theater or the apartments upstairs.
Cool. Yeah, I've been coming to events at Dreamland for a long time, and I really like this space. It's been neat to kind of see it change over time. Give us a story from Dreamland. Any kind of story.
The first one that comes to mind is one of the last shows that happened, probably where we're sitting when I was playing with my friend Ethan as Amoeba Kids, and Jamie Easter from Detroit was playing with his band Druid Perfume, and there was another act called Fashion that was really interesting, that I think that involved his wife. But Jamie proceeded to get pretty wild and climb the pole in the center of the basement and smash a 40 of some sort of beer on the ground and then roll around in it. And it was really fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. I've been to a couple
Mhm.
awesome Druid perfume shows.
Yeah.
Cool. I was going to ask you also to tell me about your favorite show that you've played. Doesn't have to be here at Dreamland.
I think the more recent show that I think was pretty solid all the way through was the last Shadow Art Fair.
Yeah,
in
that
the,
was great.
Beer Garden, and Ian Fulcher had me play later on that night. And it was really nice of him to let me do that.
Yeah.
And it was totally solid. I felt pretty good about it. I don't know if I could elaborate on it, but
No, that was a nice show. It was,
Yeah.
I think I got there kind of later
Mhm.
on, and it just felt like a lot of friends together, knowing it was the last of its kind.
yeah.
It was cool. It was good times. So when did you start playing music, and what do you think made you do it?
I started playing music in 6th grade. I think the oldest time that I remember wanting to play music was playing air drums with my older brother, playing air guitar to, like, Ride the Lightning or something, like Metallica.
Oh,
And
nice.
so it's just like, oh, he was really into guitar and I was really into drums, and that was it. And so I got to play drums in middle school and, like, percussion. And some of the other guys that we had percussion with, we'd always try and get to the class earlier to set up a drum set, because we were always playing them separately. Like, each person played snare and the other person played the cymbal, but we really wanted to play the drum set, and so we'd get there early and set it up, and sometimes we'd lock the rest of the class out for a couple minutes until the teacher came, and then just so we could set up the drum set.
And actually take turns
Learn the
playing
motor
with the full
skills of
kit.
playing, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds fun. Did everybody just get a couple minutes on it? Did you sort of rotate?
Yeah, I was just a very random thing. Like, sometimes we'd just lock them out occasionally. But I don't know.
So playing music, you were playing music with other people at that time. I mean, aside from obviously coordinating with another person and communicating with them, what's different about playing by yourself versus with somebody else?
It's hard to be motivated because you don't have someone pulling at you a little bit when they're more motivated than you are, even though you know that you want to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And moving all the gear by yourself when you have enough gear for, like, a 2-person band or whatever. But, that goes with it.
Yeah, that's tough. You do have a lot of gear.
Mm-hmm. Try to keep it minimal.
I always look for really lightweight gear myself. I can relate to what you were saying about having somebody else to motivate you. I think any kind of solo project I've done, that's kind of been the hardest part. But for me, I also really just get more creative when I'm working with somebody else, and I really like feed off what they're doing and kind of keep going. Is that something that I mean, Do you miss that at all, playing by yourself, or?
I definitely miss that, but I have been practicing with other people down here, trying to find out like what sounds can fit in with that. If, like, like playing with synths, or someone just doing vocals, or just having one other aspect, just to see what else can happen with that type of sound. I don't know.
Interesting. So you're kind of playing around with ideas at this point. Well, I really like what you're doing as a one-man band, too. Part of me just wants to say, don't change a thing. But
I know, that's
yeah.
why I do end up, when it comes around to shows, practicing with other people. I'm just like, no, this is the thing. This is what it is. If I want to do this, then it'll be a new band or something. But I feel like Laserbeams is its own thing. Like, it started as a joke, and then it's like, all right, this is fun. And it's fun for it seems like it's fun for other people sometimes, especially for new people that I haven't played for.
Totally. It's a lot of fun for me. So I really liked that last song you played, and I was wondering what it's called.
I don't have names for these
Okay.
songs, really. They're like, I don't know. They're transitions. Sometimes I can mix them up with other songs, and so I don't really have names for them.
Okay. So you do a lot of kind of moving around between ideas, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like there's forms, and then there's what ones they fit with. It's half improvised, half thought out in my mind, anyway.
So some things tend to go together, and others tend to go with other things.
There are some parts that can be transferred to other songs if you feel like it when you're doing it. When you're in the improvised space, then you can jump to other parts, but there's definitely strict parts too.
That sounds really fun. I mean, it's how I've improvised too, I think. Sort of different ideas that go together in different ways.
I kind of think it's nice to not have a set list or even names for them. Then I have to they always have to be on the tip of your tongue or tip of your brain or whatever.
Yeah, I guess one of the purposes of naming your songs is so that you and your bandmate both know what you're going to play next.
Yeah.
But without having a name. So.
I guess I never thought about that part. That would make sense, though. If you don't need a set list, then why make one?
Right. We were listening to the Doors earlier. I was wondering if you have any good Doors, stories. I feel like a lot of people have Doors stories.
Nope.
There was no, one time when you were listening to the Doors.
I just remember smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah. Okay. No particular, pot smoking experience? No.
I'm sorry. No.
That's okay. That's fine. I just thought I'd ask. What was there was another piece that came off your gear while you were playing. It was like a metal ring.
Mo is probably part of a reflector, a mailbox reflector or something.
Mailbox reflector?
Or something for your bike.
Oh.
I don't know, it's just one of those things. It's a sticker.
Oh, that just was around.
Yeah, just like a reflector you can put on stuff.
I was thinking, Craig is really thrashing that gear.
No, that's not true. That's
Thrashing that gear. Breaking the third wall. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for having us here tonight. We loved watching you play, and it's been fun talking to you and seeing your rock spot. Thanks very much.